in the shop, working, having a good time, reading Twitter, and see a lot of press releases about the king, Richard Petty, well into his 80s now. He's the king. But Richard says that he's taking it pretty hard that Jimmie Johnson has come in, and Jimmie's putting in a lot of his thoughts and running the team now. Richard says he has a little bit of an issue with it. It's kind of hard. And latest update is Richard Petty with Dave Moody says that he sees in 4 to 5 years Jimmie Johnson being the majority owner. So once again, Richard getting roughed up a little bit, feeling bad. It has caught me off guard that Richard Petty, the king, is sharing his feelings, that he's having a tough time dealing with it. I think it's incredible at 80 years old that Richard Petty is running a NASCAR Cup team. He is the king. However, I want to give you my feelings. There's always an expiration date on everything. Drivers especially. When drivers get into their 40s, everybody is right there to tell them, hey, you're too old. Or players, anybody in baseball, you get to 38 years old, you're done. So I love Richard Petty, and he's the king. But listen, there's a lot of music going on right now that I've never heard of. And all my kids are like, oh, yeah, Dad. I'm like, well, I don't hear that music on the radio. Sometimes, even though we think we're in the game, it's hard to stay in the game. You got to be in it. And, you look at, we lost Dale Earnhardt Sr. over 20 years ago. Just imagine, you could have a kid and that kid be 20 years old now. Times change. Anyway, Richard's the man, but he'll always be the king, and he is NASCAR. But anyway, just my opinion. Here's my opinion. There's a time stamp on everybody and what they do.